The attraction factor. Are looks everything? No. Here's what really attracts men and women to each other. Attraction goes two ways. Whereas, what type of a man or woman are you, number one, attracted to? And number two, attracting into your life. For example, one must be careful when it comes to who you are attracted to and who you are attracting into your life. For example, who do you keep meeting that you shouldn't be meeting? Do you have a bad streak of attracting the wrong type of man or woman into your life? Stop it. Who do you keep attracting that isn't good for you? Who's taking up your time, consuming your energy or your resources, treating you like dirt, eating up your wallet, and just keeps taking and not giving to the relationship? Keep track, make honest notes, and stop repeating your past if you've got a history of making bad choices. On the other hand, are you only attracted to the top 1% of men or women to whom you never meet anyone, and you perpetuate your status of being alone and single for years on end? While there are many elements to a successful relationship, so many people think they'll be happiest with the best looking man or woman available. Not so. According to reality, which indicates that people who are not the best looking of the bunch tend to make up for those looks with greater acts of kindness, thoughts, and romantic gestures. In the end, it is these acts, not looks, that make men and women happier and feel more appreciated, therefore strengthening the relationship. Makes sense, doesn't it? Think about it. There are a lot of happy, ugly people out there in marriages that last for years. Yet, you can just imagine all these gorgeous, beautiful men and women going through different mates and marriages like pigs through mud. Interesting. Ladies, be careful who you go after. That gorgeous six-pack, six-figure, 6-inch you-know-where man that you seek may have hundreds of other women competing for his attention. As a result, he may never see you, meet you, or worse, choose you. You can want who you want, but keep track of your time and your success rate. Do you ever score that type of high caliber man? 99.9% of the women out there who try don't. According to a study, women are actually happier with less attractive men. Those types of men make great husbands and who seem to be more committed and more appreciative, more invested in pleasing their gal because they know they have a good thing and they don't want to mess it up. On the contrary, when women have a really hot guy as their beau or husband, they tend to feel pressured to maintain their figure, sometimes via unhealthy measures, to ensure that they can keep him and not lose him to another hot gal who just might happen to catch his eye. You can just imagine all the hot-looking men who are married to wives who let their bodies go. You can imagine all the women who approach these men at work, at the gym, or when they're out and about alone. I can steal him away from that fatty. I'm hot and beautiful. I know men love beautiful women. Yeah, he's mine. Scary. Think about this for a moment. When couples get together, they're usually in their best shape possible. A few years later, they get fat, let their bodies go, right? No one would find them attractive because they let themselves go. But the one they're with still loves them because they know how wonderful they are on the inside and will stick by their side lovingly. Interesting, huh? So again, the inside becomes the core, the magnet, the foundation, the bedrock for the relationship, and the outside fades away. Gentlemen, be mindful about scoring that hot model body babe. She has her own form of insecurities. And from what I hear from women who know men who dated and married extremely beautiful women, they can sometimes, and I say sometimes, be more trouble than what appears from the onset. Granted, all women are beautiful. Of course. I had to say that. And you know it's true. That's not what I'm talking about here. I've heard there are a small percentage of super gorgeous women who are never happy inside, never satisfied with their looks, must have the latest, most expensive fill-in-the-blank plastic surgery of some kind, and then that plastic surgery always backfires years later, and it only gets worse from there. I mean, one woman told me some of these women are only happy when they're arguing with their man. Get a load of that. As if he's not doing enough or he doesn't appreciate all of her beauty. That can get exhausting after a while. Men who find women beautiful on the inside as well as the outside have a better chance at long-term happiness. So, with all that said, just imagine this illustration that I came up with. It's inside the book, where I talk about looks, and who you should be going after looks-wise. And granted, my chart is just a generalization, broad stroke, keep that in mind. But basically, picture this. You want to avoid the top 10% and avoid the bottom 10%. You want to go for that middle range of people, the 80%, where those people are. And here's why. When you can see that the higher someone goes in attractiveness, the greater the risk for issues, as well as those that are really, 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 really low on that scale as well. They may have some issues as well. But whereas the lower the attractiveness, the greater the warmth and care from one's heart. So where should you date? Not the bottom 10%, not the top 10% of guys or gals, but right in the middle, that 80% range of all eligible singles. Because when it comes to attraction, the bottom line is this: don't let the bright, shiny object fool you. Sure, looks can help with making those first impressions. I'm not talking about that. But that mirage up ahead really isn't a pool of water. It's an illusion. So don't judge a book by its cover. Do give people a chance, even the beautiful ones. Beauty fades and looks are a depreciating asset in a relationship. Just make sure you keep working out, exercise, eat right, eat light, drop the alcohol, low on the sugar, if none. Keeps those good looks looking good. Again, beauty fades and looks are a depreciating asset in any relationship. What matters most is how you click with someone. How do they make you feel? Looks aside, people can grow on you, okay? That guy, ladies, that may not have the look. I'll tell you something. You hang out with him a little bit. You start to experience his care, his warmth, his intelligence. You find out he's good with money. And you're like, you know what? I could love him, she says. And the same is true with guys to gals. She doesn't have to be some beauty queen. Actually, when you get to know her, she is that beauty queen on the inside. Everyone potentially has what it takes to make someone else happy. Again, give folks a chance. Don't be so quick to judge. Swipe left, rule out, disqualify, prejudge, or predetermine if someone is or isn't good for you based on their looks. What's on the outside shouldn't drive the relationship. It's what's on the inside that should do most of the driving.